Friends, hello everyone. My name is Dasha, and with me today is Galt, the founder of the Realiste company. Realiste is a company that developed artificial intelligence for the real estate market in 114 cities worldwide. And today we'll delve into a very important topic: how real estate agents can earn $3 million.
Wow.
Well, yes, it's a topic that concerns everyone. By the way, I know many real estate agents who have earned such amounts of money. Usually, most realtors earn much less. The question is whether real estate agents can earn $3 million in general and how to do it. Today, we'll discuss not only in theory, but also demonstrate practically how it can be done. Let's estimate this. In Dubai, there are about 50,000 real estate agents. On average, they earn, let's say, $5,000 a month. So there's no talk of $1 million, and only 0.1% earn more than $1 million. How to earn three? That's a big question. And if we take the US market, there are 2 million realtors. On average, a realtor in the States closes one transaction every 6 months. But hardly anyone knows how to earn 3 million practically. Today, we'll tell you about it, share our insights. I'll share my knowledge on how to achieve these figures. Of course, not everyone listening will achieve this result. That's obvious. At least I have outlined how it can be done, how to use resources and tools, including artificial intelligence, to achieve it. Some will get close to $500,000, some will surpass $1 million, and only a few will reach 3. If you use this algorithm and knowledge, how to do it, so today we'll discuss it.
I think let's start with a small clarification. $3 million is for real estate in Dubai. Are we talking about a universal system here?
Let's take it universally, because we're already working worldwide. Dubai isn't the best real estate market, actually. The markets in Miami or Los Angeles are bigger. There's the market in Bangkok, which is also huge, and other cities as well. Today we're discussing a general concept of how to earn, not necessarily in a year, because even fewer people can earn 3 million a year, but how to make a fortune for realtors and influence it to actually earn this money. The smartest, most advanced ones will quickly earn it in a year. And if those who are slower use this methodology, they'll earn it in 10 years. But that's great too, right? Let's think about it today.
Yes.
Let's go. First, let's talk about what the life of a realtor is like. It's both simple and complex at the same time. Simultaneously, they receive inquiries from real estate agencies, and they try to find these inquiries somewhere. Then they try to convince people to buy real estate. People hesitate, avoid answering calls, or sometimes they find the seller themselves and bypass the realtor. This often happens. Overall, a realtor's life is always very unstable. And this instability arises not because a realtor's entire life is like this, but simply because everyone acts intuitively. You can act counterintuitively. You can influence this result with absolutely clear tools. First, most realtors work in real estate agencies. This means they already give away 50% of their potential income to these agencies. Yes, real estate agencies sometimes provide any inquiries, but most real estate agencies provide nothing. Yes, for the most part, they just use the agency's brand name, even if they don't digitize or give any status to their activities. In reality, the coolest realtors work for themselves. They don't work for a real estate agency. That's the first thing. So it's very simple theoretically to break it down to earn $3 million. Let's say the average commission is, for example, 5%. This means that $3 million is how much real estate needs to be sold to get a 5% commission. How's your math? Not good?
60.
You need to sell real estate worth $60 million. But if you were to receive the entire commission yourself, but you have a real estate agency that takes approximately half, so you need to sell $120 million.
Twice as much.
Twice as much. Logical. And today we'll discuss how Firstly, not to do that, because it's really difficult to not sell for such a sum. Secondly, how to essentially work for yourself. Or can this tool be used by a small real estate agency to compete? As for a huge real estate agency earning tens of millions of dollars, nothing new will come out of it. For the owner, usually for owners of small real estate agencies or for private realtors, it will be like, wow. So here's the thing, you need to sell at least $60 million. The whole point is that realtors usually think that their entire income ultimately depends on transactions. It's not quite like that. They can't influence transactions because either there's a deal or there isn't. Either they managed to sell it or they didn't. We need to avoid this story, whether it worked out or not, and make it algorithmic, systematic. Now a bit of theory, and then we'll move on to practice. Let me show our folks on Excel how this business is usually built and how it happens. Look, I'll be writing in English, but I'll explain in Russian because this video will likely be translated into other languages later on. So let it be English here. Let's say we need to make 10 deals. Here we'll put GVM. GVM is the sum of all deals, the total amount of real estate sold. And here we have 60, right? $60 million. Our commission is, let's say, 5%. Now let's consider the scenario where we don't share with the agency. That means everything we earn, we take for ourselves. So, accordingly, we carry this up a bit. Our revenue is our income. It seems pretty simple so far.
Yes.
$3 million. Now, a very important parameter is the average deal value. If your average deal value is $100,000, you'll never close such a number of deals. So you need to focus on deals worth at least $500,000 and work only in this segment. Everyone working in a segment below $500,000 will never earn $3 million in their life. So ideally, the average deal should be $1 million. But let's make it $550,000. Average deal. $550,000 is for markets like Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Miami, New York, London, Paris, Berlin. Average prices are no longer Moscow. In Moscow, the average deal is already $250,000. So it's not Kiev, it's not Northern Cyprus, say not Bali, right? These are markets where the average check is high, where there's a lot of capital, and where the markets themselves are large. They will immediately ask, what if I work in a different market? How do I get into these markets? I'll answer that question, how to start working in these markets today. And for this, you don't need to do anything really. Everything is already done. Even if you work somewhere in the boonies, and you're a cool person, a cool realtor, and you earn little, I'll tell you today. Firstly, how to earn on this market without even transferring yourself to this market. So, let's move on a bit more with theory. How many deals do you need to make? Take the total volume of deals, divide by this, and you get 109 deals, right? 109 deals. The average realtor never closes this many deals in their life. But it's possible because if you focus on the number of deals, you won't be able to influence it because sometimes clients just don't close deals. I'll expand on this understanding and show how it happens. So, 109 deals. Before the deal, there's always a down payment. A down payment. Is this correct in English? Advance payment. Even when dealing with a developer, 2% is paid as a down payment first, blocking the form, and then the person pays for everything else. So, it should be understood that not all deals are converted from down payments. Usually, this is 90%. Well, you can put any amount here. The main thing is to understand that not all 90% are now how many down payments do we need to take. So 90% is our math incorrect. If we do this amount times 1 minus this plus, we need to take 120 down payments over the course of a life or a year or 10 years. To close 109 deals before the down payment, there's another stage. Usually this is a viewing or a personal meeting now in the world of digitization. And when people already use everything wisely, everything can be done online, I would recommend not to focus on personal meetings in deals, because having a lot of personal meetings is a lot of trouble. It's much easier to have Zoom meetings because we can have 6 or 7 a day without any problems. Personally, I conduct about 12 to 15 meetings a day, both internal and with clients, and they're usually broken down into about half-hour sessions, all going smoothly. But if you have a personal meeting where you have to travel to show the area and so on, that one meeting takes up the entire day, so you simply won't be able to fulfill this volume and so on. So, what do you think of the meetings and showings? How many convert into down payments?
50.
In reality, it's 25%, 20%. So every 5th meeting ends with a down payment, on average.
Does it depend on skills?
Of course, now we'll talk about skills, exactly about the skills of all this mechanics. A meeting. It could be the first meeting, the second meeting, the third, and we'll round it to one total type of meeting for simplicity. Otherwise, it will be much longer. Here we'll do the same thing, 216 meetings. But wait, something's not right here. Let's redo this with you. It turns out we have 120. We need to make down payments. If here, then this is divided by this. And here we'll make it simpler to divide this by this. The formula will be clear. So we need to make 606 meetings to earn $3 million. This is even considering that you take all the commission for yourself. And with the agency, this is multiplied by 2.
1,200.
1,200.
It's like you're proving to me right now that this is unreal.
It's a lot. It's a whole lot. But at the same time, it's real. I'll show you a bit further. Okay, this is not a small number before the meeting. We have another stage. What do you think it is?
But overall, it's an interesting finding.
There's a stage of the first call, introduction, and so on. Because people usually don't meet right away, they apologize or come up with excuses and so on. Some initial interaction. At this stage, the client usually understands whether they'll continue communicating with you or not. Usually the client then doesn't pick up the phone. Often that's the case. Or they respond very poorly to you. You simply didn't prove yourself in the first 5 minutes. Within the first 5 minutes, I would even say within the first minute, a person already understands everything. And on 90% of it, they make a conclusion. Either you understand that this is a cool expert, you want to communicate with him, want to delve into the issues with him, or this is just another realtor who has a bunch of things. Why waste time on him and tell him again what I want, and so on. Usually, 99% of realtors fail at this stage, because in the first 5 minutes, they either talk nonsense or something banal, or something that the person doesn't want to hear, and people just say, okay, I'll call you back, and hit a wall. Of course, there are people whose interest has waned, no money. That's true. But we're not considering that now, all the nuances. We're only considering what we can influence ourselves, and we can influence the quality, the quantity, but not the deals. I want to lead to the point that we shouldn't influence the deals. We should influence other indicators, which I'll add now, and then explain how to influence them. Let's go. We need to conduct 606 meetings. Calls. What do you think? How many of those meetings? Usually from the calls.
10%.
Usually, a meeting converts if you're cool or of average level, let's say, also about 25%. So 2,400 calls need to be made for this. Now we'll move a bit further to the most important part, 2,400 calls. Let's also do this with agency, without agency, so that there's agency and no agency, twice as much.
With agency, no agency.
Right? And now they'll say, oh, marketing again. We'll cover all of this now. Guys, I'm stopping your questions already. Why are we doing this so thoroughly and in such detail and for so long? Because for everyone to understand, for everyone to get it, who already knows everything and is very cool, just give me a call. We'll chat for 5 minutes. Everything will be clear calls. Yes. Next, before the call, we have a message.
You plan to double everything with the agency.
Let's multiply everything by 2. Yes. Now everything is clear. So why don't people reach 3 million? Because the volume of work needed is colossal, right? So ordinary people will say that you need to work with the luxury segment where the client buys immediately for 50 million and so on. Firstly, these are extremely rare, long deals. They also fall apart on this principle. It's just that someone later got lucky among the agents and closed the deal. But in this field, there's also a lot of competition. Usually the client, or rather the client with a lot of money, 50 million, they usually have trusted people with whom they've been doing something for a long time and so on. They're already attached. Starting anew with them and getting this client base is difficult. It could take 10 years, maybe 5 years, right? To develop this, some people have already done it. They're great. Congratulations. You need to stop watching this video. You guys are just awesome. You've secured your life. And those who want to secure this story for themselves, that's precisely why we're recording this. Now the message. What do you think, out of those you write to on WhatsApp, how many people will actually say, yes, let's have a call?
Cold outreach?
Doesn't matter, just
Maximum 10%, in my opinion.
they'll pick up the phone. Let's say 20 just for the sake of it. Otherwise, the numbers will start to make everyone feel bitter. 12,000 clients essentially need to be reached to achieve these results.
Yes.
Okay? Consequently, the next crucial moment for all realtors worldwide is leads. So we've sent out leads. And theoretically, it should be 95%, because numbers can be wrong and so on. Oops, press the wrong button. Are you still following me?
Yes.
So many leads need to be obtained without the agency. So many leads need to be obtained with the agency to achieve these results. Seems like everything is clear. But there's another level above. And before the leads come in, they need to come somewhere, whether it's registration or writing in Telegram or Instagram, right? There needs to be clicks.
Great.
What do you think? What's the usual conversion rate of a real estate agent's website or an agency's website? Something like that?
4%.
No. In reality, it's 1.5%. Good websites have 2%. It all depends on the volume. If the volume is small, it could be 4%. If you need this kind of volume, then 4% doesn't work for almost anyone. It works for Realiste.
But that's different.
I haven't seen any such statistics for websites where there's a 14% conversion rate on 13,000 leads. What is website conversion? People come in through ads, people click on the site, view the site, leave a request, from the number of clicks to the number of requests submitted. The difference in percentages is the conversion. So 1.5%.
I don't want to see the number that will come out now because I'm sitting here thinking, thank goodness I'm not a realtor.
850,000. There's more above. And there's another metric, CTR. CTR is the percentage by which you create an ad or promotion and saw it, let's say, 1,000 people. If 15 people responded out of them. That is, if you calculate the CTR, 1.5%, or 1 million people you showed it to, 1.5%. How many? 15,000 clicks. That's CTR. In good ads or those engaging, when people are like, wow, cool, CTR is 3, 4, 5%. In reality, realtors have a CTR of less than 1%, about 1%. This means with the CTR indicators. What's the weight of it?
How many people?
As many eyes as pairs of eyes need to see your ad to reach these indicators.
It's already in the 7 digits, right?
85 million.
Got it.
85 million people need to see it. And you can repeat it, of course, to the same eyes. Many times, as usual, realtors do, but there should be 85 million views. If you're one of 170 million views, if you're doing it with an agency, well, now you understand why almost no one achieves these numbers.
Yes. But we're talking about these 109 deals. Let's say these are individual deals, client. 109 client.
109 clients did deals, maybe fewer, I just counted. Okay, let's simplify it a bit.
I just know the story that with Realiste, clients buy several times.
Perhaps I agree with you. Let's simplify it a bit. I'm an average client, let's say, bought 1.5 apartments, right? That's the number of clients. And let's build this whole story from clients. Yes, good point. Everything's clear now. But 56 million. Got it. A client stumbled upon, bought an average of 10 apartments, 12 bought, someone bought one. Let's say 2 for the sake of the total count.
But even if we change something, the total number still remains unrealistically large. Yes.
That's the point. That's why realtors don't reach $3 million and don't earn such money.
Only by luck.
Only, well, basically by luck or contacts coming together like some family office. They liked you, you're with them. Usually when a realtor or financiers find a very wealthy client, they stick to them. And they hang around with them their whole life or for 10 years because it's a constant turnover of money. They need to buy, then sell, and so on. That's why they stick around. How many such clients do realtors have? Few, because such clients, roughly speaking, well, let's say there are 100,000 people like that in the world. Each of them has their own assistant or someone who handles it. Everything is tightly packed and there are 1 million others. What to do?
Watch this video.
It's all clear so far.
Yes.
View CTR, it all starts with advertising, with clicks. Here's the breakdown. That's the trick.
Okay, what to do with it? Let's do this.
First of all, what can you realistically influence? Deals, as I just showed, you can't influence the volume of deals. You get as many as you convert. You can only influence one indicator personally. Well, personally as a realtor, you can only influence one indicator. That's the number of personal meetings and the quality of these meetings. To increase the likelihood, you really influence that. So everyone should focus not on deals, but on the number of meetings, sincere meetings with people, communicating with them, really helping them, studying them, analyzing, and so on. This is the first key to success. sincerely meeting with any potential clients, communicating very thoroughly. And this number accumulates meetings for yourself. This is what any realtor should influence, not the deal, because it's the key starting point, the number of deals. But there's another small secret, because it's obvious but not obvious because the numbers are very large. I'll show you one little secret now. It's still theoretical. Then we'll put it into practice, and just by 25%. Let's make it 25% here. And let's add 25% to each of these indicators.
So we're doing everything 25% better.
We make everything 25% better across the board. I'll show you the magic of numbers now. If you roll this story to the end, here 20, 25, 25, 31, just by 25%, 1/4 better at each stage. And now, let's see. Let's also leave this indicator. Here, 0.9. 90%, yes. It's very difficult to influence here. Plus 25%, there's quality, right? Well, why not? Let's put that in too.
Slightly improve the meeting.
Just 125. No, let's leave it at 90. Everything remains the same. But these indicators you can influence. There, advances fall through, people change their minds, and you can't influence that anymore. Now we have a new economy. Now we have it. This is the same 55 deals. The number of clients, 55, remains the same here. And now let's go. This divided by this remains the same. 61. You see how the numbers change?
This is if we do everything 25% better?
Yes. The trick is that the difference between these indicators, how much work needs to be done, it drops very rapidly. And now we need to show ads not to 42 million, but to 11 million, 4 times less expense. Now we need clicks not 425,000, but 139. Here we now need leads not 6,000, but 2,600. You see?
Well, that sounds more or less.
Let's make the story with you 35%.
So an obvious question that arises, what is this 25%?
You see, these are standard indicators for realtors from real estate agencies. Take a snapshot. These indicators will be approximately standard. And there's a lot of work. In reality, there are more meetings, but fewer meetings. But if a realtor is given target clients, he met with everyone, no questions. The whole point is how to get these numbers.
That's the question.
Because getting these numbers is completely unrealistic. They are huge. But making 2,000 leads, it's a feasible task. You see, writing to 2,000 clients, not 6,000 clients, is a feasible task. You understand? The only thing here is, we got 128% with you. Let's adjust this point because it didn't fit into the formula. Accordingly, here we can't have more than 120%, but the leads can become slightly better, right? Here we have an improvement of 35%, here an improvement, an improvement. Here the views remain. We have better, more interesting ads. Clicks, people click more, and so on. In reality, what I'm about to show you now, the numbers you can reach, now we manually adjust. Here maybe 3% conversion, maybe 35 calls, maybe 40 meetings, maybe 33, 35. You can even take from how I'm going to tell you now. How to achieve these indicators you need to achieve to reach $3 million. That is, in reality, you only need to get 1,200 leads if your indicators are like this. And now, let's move on to practice. How to do it.
Obviously, these numbers require some tool to achieve.
Now let's talk about the tool. Now we've come to the conclusion of how to do it. The old method won't work. You need to tear up the British flag with a new method. If there's a tool that improves your position by 35% here, here, and here, let's go. The tool is called this. We'll provide a link. broker.realiste.ai. And the trick is that it's a free platform for brokers who can put their logo or their name on all Realiste technology for free. Yes, we write here for free, 6 months, then later $100 per month. But in reality, we can extend it for free even more. For us, the most important thing is not to get these $100 per month. We put them here so that realtors don't have a question, what does Realiste earn from? I'll tell you about it later. The trick of this platform is as follows. Don't pay attention to the fact that there's some cost. It's a trifle disclaimer accounted for. Moving on, choose an agent or company. Choose an agent, enter your name, enter the name, and the link is free. Now this link will be yours. Next, I choose an email to receive requests. I'll give you my email, but you enter yours. Where do you want the requests to come? Moving on. Next, enter the phone number for clients to reach you. Enter email, enter WhatsApp, Telegram, and upload your picture. I have a picture of my face somewhere. I hope I find it. No, let's not take Maurice's face pictures. He'll get upset. Let's take a picture of this person. Why do I have it? I don't know, but let it be applied. This is how your profile looks now, with a capital letter, of course. That's how it looks. We fill in your profile. What's your name for contacting Realiste? Creating a platform takes a minute. Unique link. Now it's created. Now we copy it. This link can be used anywhere. In marketing, you can use it for internal presentations to clients. Now this is your platform. And now, when you enter this platform, the first thing you do is register. And all those who now come through this link, with whoever you shared it, all these registrations, these clients, leads will go straight to you. Enter a new user. My name, let it be. Next, I enter the phone for accessing this information. Now let's show what's inside. Next comes an SMS confirmation of the number to reduce the number of non-target numbers.
That's exactly the percentage you said was possible.
Realiste has considered all the nuances at every stage to maximize conversion. Next, a person can also enter their email. They can skip this step. And we also ask what you do. Are you an investor, or do you have an investment fund, or are you a realtor, or just looking, just browsing? And the budget. This immediately gives an understanding of what requests are coming in. Then you can build your platform by language, by currency, and so on. Now this is your platform. And there's no mention of Realiste here. It's a white label. Now the most interesting thing is that in this platform, there is access to information from 100 markets. Let's wait for the information to load. Let's change this to meters for our convenience.
Wait, am I understanding you correctly that you've just given Realiste to all realtors in the world for free?
Yes, you can do it for free. Here's information on all markets, there are macroeconomic data, and so on. Let me show you an example with Dubai, how you can even know nothing about Dubai, but sell real estate in Dubai. When you enter Dubai, there's data on market volume, on price. If you want filters, you can play with that. It's very interesting. All transactions in this city can be found for any project, for the house I live in, and see all the transactions, for how much, when, what rent was, what sale, and so on. There's a lot more here. But the main thing is that you don't really need to understand the market. You realize how to use Realiste. You enter locations, and the system will show you all locations, how much things cost on average, and so on. You can even ask the system where the best real estate for rent is, in which area. These will be rental percentages net. If a person buys real estate now and rents it out, you can even ask the system to show only two-bedroom apartments. And the selection will be for two-bedroom apartments all over Dubai. Very convenient. There are many functions here. You can see which areas have increased in price. Most of all in Dubai in the last 3 years in percentage terms. Here's all the analytics and what's needed. Moreover, all projects in Dubai are gathered here. All developers who want to sell real estate and all their offers are collected in one platform. With the search, you can find anything. And even with future profitability forecasts, with ROI forecasts, it's all already digitized and done in this platform. So everything is here. Then you can show clients on your platform how to be more precise, what they should buy. You can use such a dashboard inside. For example, for a client looking for investments. Okay. Next, there's a strategy at the project start to buy projects for rent. Projects for growth. Let's say we took projects for growth, press systems. Now rank all projects in Dubai that have grown in value to plus. There's the most potentially interesting. Then you set the budget. What's your budget? Suppose it's $500,000 up to $600,000, you press. Show me the offers specifically for this budget. For this strategy, the best offers will be collected from the ranking, from the most interesting to the worst from the entire selection.
Saved 5 hours.
The selection is created in a minute. You can even see projects, what their average price level in the area is. You press the selection here, and the system will show you which projects are below the average level of the area, meaning which ones are undervalued. Because very often people like to gather in an area where the price is lower, and you can play on that. You can ask for projects from any developer with any selection. For example, the greenest ones, projects with the most greenery, parks nearby. You press the button. Here will be all projects near parks, with the maximum intersection of proximity to parks and projects. Then you can dive into this project and see which apartments or townhouses are available. Here I clicked on the project, got into Damak accidentally, although I don't really like Damak. Next, the number of units that are currently available for sale, that are accessible, and this information is updated with the developer every day. You look at a specific unit, choose through filters. Here even there is a unit and even a price forecast. But it is available there to our partners who register, request access to all the technology. You will also be provided with it. Then there's a lot more here. You can even do this. It's offering the client to take it as a presentation, an idea, send the presentation, and so on. A lot happens here, including all smart calculators, payment plans. So you can tell clients, show them when you show them. And the meeting happens better when you write to clients that you have great analytics, you have everything, and present it to them. There's a demo platform a bit like yours, with your name, your word. They respond better. You know, these 35% improvements we just looked at. It's done right here. This platform already gives it by itself. Here are the improvements. You just have to use it. And now let's talk about marketing. This link can be taken, placed on Instagram. You can take it, place it in ads, record a video with it, create content, post it anywhere. And through this link, all leads will come to the realtor's email. Sellers and so on don't have access to these leads. This all happens in the back-end system, and we don't have access to it.
Essentially, the realtor, by taking this platform, immediately establishes themselves. You have artificial intelligence, you stand out from everyone right away.
It's not just for one market. You'll get questions like, how can I work in Dubai from Moscow or Kiev or London or Berlin or work with Miami? It's all here. The analytics are here. You don't even need to live there or know. You save yourself years of expertise that local realtors gather. They know all the neighborhoods. Why all this? In half an hour on the platform, you know better than 90% of realtors everything that happens in the city, but your data is better, your statistics are better, you have forecasts, everything is in one place. That's the first thing. Remember, there was a question about how to enter the market, so that the average deal was
$550,000.
$550,000, that's right. Access to markets is already on Realiste.
So you choose markets?
You choose expensive markets, because how is a realtor going to sell something on a poor market or not a wealthy market, to learn from the rich, to come for years, to risk and so on? You can do it all remotely. You don't need to come. You can even do it. The most interesting thing is that realtors don't even need to create their own agency infrastructure. Small real estate agencies. They don't need to sign all developers into agency contracts or agents. They don't need to have these contracts. He can sign a contract with Realiste for an agency or a realtor and use all the infrastructure, Realiste's contracts, and conduct a transaction through our infrastructure, get their commission. We pay 91% of the commission, so we take 9% for the infrastructure, but I think it's a private deal. No need to come. Sign developers. No need to suffer with them. All contacts of developers are direct even here, on the platform. And there's no need to sign your contracts and struggle with it. All contracts worldwide are already signed, and you can already work with them and offer their real estate and sell.
I have two questions. The first question, essentially what you've shown, is that 35%. What puts you in the top 10% of the market there? How much time does it take to gain expertise like yours? Clearly, if you watch a video, not everyone will understand how to use it and be able to go and explain how much time it takes to thoroughly study this platform and be able to work with it.
2 o'clock is enough. There is training. Everything is written there. And everything is quite intuitively understandable for professionals who understand real estate. That's 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock. And you're an expert in any market in the world.
That's great.
You don't need to spend years of life on this. It's all gathered already in our technologies, artificial intelligence. Everything is analyzed, released here. What else did I want to say? Remember, we talked about how this platform itself will improve your performance. On calls, on messages, on meetings, on advances, and so on. Just this will already give you an improvement of only 35%, although it gives more. I just wrote 35 increase here. You just need to do much less work. And now let's move on to this story. Regular realtor websites have a 1.5% conversion. Just remember, I registered.
You need the number immediately at the entrance.
You need the number immediately at the entrance. And let me show you where the registration came to my email. The only thing is, you need to make sure to check spam, because it might have ended up there. Automatic mailing, it might just go to spam. Here's the broker. Here's my registration. See, Alex, let's get the phone. I entered through. Everything is registered here, and phone verification is true. This means we've verified his SMS. Everything. The realtor receives this directly in their email, can contact their clients, add it to their CRM system, and so on. Everything works so simply. And when you advertise, no website is needed anymore.
Actually, the problem for most realtors.
No need to make any website. The registration form is all set up here. You just advertise this link, People come, register because they want to access this information, this analytics. That's the juiciest thing done on Realiste. And your conversion rate here increases from 1.5% to 3% simply because you're not driving through the site. You're giving people immediate access to the technology, to analytics, and customers really want this, even if they don't understand it much themselves. They don't want to understand, they want to get access. They don't want to register anymore because of this access. You know what's the conversion rate of Realiste in our internal company? Here,
Well, twice as much.
20%. I made it not to shock.
One more or less realistic, right?
20% for us, a 3% increase is calm twice as much. But the most interesting thing is when you create creative content or record reels or stories and add analytics and screenshots there and videos showing how you use the platform and say, I have access to the markets, I know everything, where new projects are, such and such analytics and so on. I think we'll add videos there later, add this video, a day on the side here in our podcasting, and you'll see that CTR engagement increases not by 35%, it can double. In the end, if you make it 2% here, what do you need to do? You just need to get only 1,200 leads to get $3 million. And that's already a feasible task to accomplish within a year. Of course, here, realtors can also get themselves an assistant to hire a marketer. Usually they're not expensive, and you don't even need to do much paid advertising. You can create content, shoot reels with this product, and ultimately get all these views and leads. And the most interesting thing, guys, it's free. $100 a month. We start charging after 6 months, but that is tiers, of course.
First of all, what did you want to say when you started all this? I wanted to say that no, this is unreal because the numbers we wrote were too high. Well, the objective situation of the market. Now, $3 million for 1,200 leads, I think you can call this video because it sounds super cool. And the second question you're telling eats me up inside. Why is this free? I mean, what do you need it for?
Yes, first of all, we've already created it, and it works awesome. Our task is such that it stands with more people, with developers, with realtors, with experts, and so on. And so that there are no such problems like registering, selling, how to do it, and so on. In general, in a small real estate agency, you don't need any of this at all. An agent doesn't need anything. Everything is on the platform. There's registration. You get all your leads. You're not afraid to lose leads. Are you afraid that customers will be taken away? Everything works. We make money from the fact that with our infrastructure, people will use it. And realtors don't need to conclude deals with developers. They conducted their deal through us. We paid a commission immediately, 91%. 9% remained with us. It's a fair, honest exchange. In the end, the technology is given for 6 months for free. It can last up to a year. It's not essential for us to earn $100. Believe me, on my word. In general, you made it for free. But when you write free, then a realtor would immediately think,
Some kind of deception.
They steal leads, that's the point. Yes, guys, believe me, we don't really need your leads. We don't need them at all. Earn money, do marketing, generate leads. Use our infrastructure to close deals with developers worldwide. Earn your commission, will live coolly with 9%. You're not even obliged to conduct deals through us. You can do it through anyone you want. Use the technology for free if you're not doing it. And this lecture today passed you by, well, then it's impossible to earn $3 million because all the principles, everything that can be explained in an hour, I'll explain. The whole question is how to do marketing. Look, on Realist, how to do Realist, how to write to clients there. Write that you have a cool system and you can help them and so on. Everything, the choice is up to the clients, making selections and so on. Everything is done for realtors. The best system in the world. No one has done better yet. That was our video on how a realtor or real estate agency can reach a $3 million commission income and make it a reality. It can be done in a year.
All right, thank you.
We did it though.
Everyone can do it.
Everyone can do it, of course. Yeah.
All right, thank you for watching. Thank you for being with us. We hope you succeed.
Thank you. Bye.